The Rewind
Sports 60. From the city of big shoulders, the jewel of the Midwest, comes a sports show that's one of a kind. From iconic players to iconic stadiums to iconic teams, this is my kind of town.
Chicago!
And the Rewind Sports 60 is my kind of show. From Air Jordan to Sweetness to Papa Bear Hallis, this city works hard, but plays even harder. Danny Carlino and Jerry Riles bring you the Rewind Sports 60. Live. The Rewind Sports 60 starts now.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Rewind Sports 60. We're broadcasting live from the beautiful studios of WCPT 820 AM in Chicago, Jefferson Park on the north side in the beautiful city of Chicago. Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube Live, blasting it out on the airwaves, 820 AM. And, of course, you check us out on WCPT820.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another edition of the Rewind Sports 60, the fastest hour in sports conversation. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, and let's get to our esteemed panel. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the best entertainer. He's the best actor. He is the best singer. And he does a heck of a Kelly Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the best in the business. It's Kelly Lee Williams! What's up, Kelly?
Jerry, it is a wonderful night, wonderful day. It is springtime. It is staying warmer longer. It is a beautiful time, man, and it's not snow on the ground. It can't be getting any better. March Madness is in full bloom. Zion Williamson is smashing things on the floor, and Duke and UCF are duking it out, and they're doing it as we're speaking, and it's crazy. We're doing sports while it's happening. It's history in the making, and we're part of it, bro. This is America. Loving America right now.
You are loving America. We are loving America.
Right.
And we're loving our WCPT 820 sports listeners, all our listeners out there. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a break from, of course, the politics that's taking place in this great city of ours, Chicago, Illinois. And we will give you some sports conversation. And we definitely want you to be a part of our conversation. Our number here, WCPT 820 AM 773-763-9278, 773-763-9278. We have scoreboard updates at the top and bottom of this hour, the fastest hour in sports conversation. Finally say, hey, you know what? We got 8 teams in this dance. And our teams have come to play. And congratulations to the Big Ten overall. What a great showing in the first round.
That's right. And it's not over for a number of them. Michigan and Michigan State. These guys are Final Four competitors. And Michigan State can go ahead and win the whole thing. So the Big Ten is making a bang in this tournament. I'm very impressed. It's good to watch the Big Ten doing their thing in the NCAA this year.
And you know what? It's interesting. I don't know what your brackets are looking like right now. In the brackets that I'm in, I'm actually leading by a couple points there, but I have Gonzaga, I have Duke, I have Tennessee, and I have North Carolina as my Final Four pick team. But my wife, I'll put her out there. I'll throw her under the bus. Iowa, Tennessee, going at it, right?
Right.
And she's like, well, we want the Big Ten to continue to look good because she's a U of I alum. She went to the University of Illinois. We want the Big Ten to look good. I go, I don't want the Big Ten to look good. I'm trying to win this money. Are you crazy?
Exactly. And actually, I picked those exact same 4. Tennessee, Gonzaga, Duke, North Carolina.
There you go.
And I got, Duke, North Carolina in the final 2.
And who do you have winning it?
I had Duke. I got Duke winning it by a thread.
I got North Carolina winning.
I got Duke because Zion Williamson is unstoppable. They're going against UCF, the other pretty much unstoppable 7'6" dude. Man, that guy is amazing. Taco Fall is
7'6".
I mean, that dude. I'm like, this dude doesn't even have to jump to dunk. And they're still throwing it into Zion in the paint, and Zion still snatching it away from Taco and still jumping up and slamming it. This dude is amazing.
Gabe,
just talking about brackets. After the first couple of days, I had only lost 4 games. Then Friday happened.
Yes, Friday.
But my Final Four is still intact, which is all 4 number 1 seeds, and we'll see how that holds up. But, to your point about the Big Ten, Jerry, I think I had Purdue advancing the farthest this year. I got them at least going Sweet 16 in my bracket, but a lot of people question whether or not they deserve to have 8 teams, but so far they've had a pretty good showing.
Yeah, they certainly have. And I was actually surprised that Ohio State won and Wisconsin lost. because I thought Ohio State was probably the weaker of the 8 teams in the dance, and they actually came and played some basketball, whereas Wisconsin, they certainly couldn't get things done. Guys, keep it right there. Lock it in. This is the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles. Gabe Salgado with the updates, bottom and top of the hour. And, of course, the one, the only, the man. He's Kelly Lee Wheeler.
Kelly Gronkowski. I'm the new Gronk, Black Gronk today.
The Black Gronk
Black
today.
Gronk, sexy bodies all up in here, WCPT 820. We're going to score a lot of touchdowns and do a lot of talking and have some fun with the sports and things.
Are you from Chicago?
I'm from Chicago. Are you talking to me? Are you kidding me right now? Are you telling me things right here? Hey, let me tell you something, my friend. This is where it should be. WCPT 820, the Rewind Sports 60. We're all sexy.
He's the best in the business, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Gronkowski, 9 years, has decided to hang things up. We're going to hang up real quick and take a short time out, wet our whistles. Come on back, talk some more NCAA college basketball. March Madness, the road to the Sweet 16 continues. Lock it in. Our number is 773-763-9278, 773-763-9278, or 763-WCPT. Lock it in. You got the Rewind Sports 60.
You're watching the Rewind Sports 60. Go Bucks! Woo!
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in. It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume is not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and I help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hey Chicago, looking for a winning team on a winning station? You found it right here on WCPT 820 AM. Join Danny Carlino, Kelly Lee Williams, Dan Marvelous Marver, Marty B, the man on the street, Gabe Salgado with updates, and yours truly, Jerry Riles, for your sports and entertainment needs. Looking for real sports talk? Got it. Real radio? Right here. Real stuff? We're here. The Rewind Sports 60 every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. on WCPT 820 AM. Real sports, real talk, just plain real. Lock it in.
If it's Chicago sports you want, you're in the right place.
Hello, Chicago!
The Rewind Sports 60.
That's the best in the city of Chicago.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60 live with the best sports panel in Chicago. Lock it in.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, along with the cast of characters. Kelly Lee Williams, the man. He is the man, certainly, in the Chicagoland area. Kelly, real quick, if people want to check you out, where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Kelly Lee Williams. I'm also doing a show every Tuesday at Jack's Bar Pub and Eatery in Lansing, and Wednesday in Skokie, a place called Skokie Holiday Inn at Bar Louie. I'm doing a Bar Louie bingo there. We give away drinks and give away massages.
Give away drinks?
Yes, we give away drinks.
I'm there, buddy.
Throwing the drinks at you.
Yes.
They throwing the drinks at you.
The drinks at you. And I got a comedy show coming up April 27th in the VFW in Lamont. And we're raising funds for the veterans and having a good time out there. So things are happening, my friend.
Sounds good. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you love him. He's the one. He's the only. He's the Italian stallion. He's DC. He's Danny Carlino. What's up, DC?
I'm doing well. I'm finally a made man.
All right. Yes.
Made up.
Okay. Yeah, we got to welcome Melissa Moya to the team, our new makeup artist.
Thank you, Melissa.
Fantastic. She is definitely making us look a little bit better than when we walked into the facilities here. Yeah, that's for sure, Danny.
If I look better than normal, credit to her. If I don't, blame Mother Nature.
We blame Mother Nature every day for you, Danny.
Oh, geez. And, of course, the man on the street, he's in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, he's Marty B. What's up, Marty?
Well, the wind blew me in, and I want to applaud you, Kelly, for looking after the veterans. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome, man. I'm at 5 years, Army, 5 years, 1 month, 14 days myself. We got to take care of each other. Hoorah.
You certainly do. You certainly do. And, of course, we have to take care of this team, the Rewind Sports 60 team. And, of course, we go out to our TRS60 hotline and welcome on the marvelous one. He's Dan Marvelous Marver. What's up, Danny? How are you?
Fine. You know, right now, I wish I could be with you.
We wish you could be here, too.
I'm in an undisclosed location with a 50-foot March Madness board and 3 television sets.
Ooh.
All I can tell you is I'm out of the Chicago area. I'm not too far for where Robert Kraft gets his massages.
Oh, my goodness.
Pictures or it didn't happen, Marvelous.
No, please, no pictures.
Pictures, Marvelous.
Listen, I have to give Gabe credit. He had John Morant pegged to a T. What an outstanding performance by him. And the Big Ten came through. 7 of the 8 teams advanced, in the first round. Now they're down to possibly 4 if Ohio State wins. And the SEC has 4. So the committee was doing its job. The minor conferences, the non-mid majors, did get their play. UC Irvine's still alive until tonight. And, of course, you had Wofford won, but they lost to Kentucky. And in the first round, you had the other big story. You had Liberty won and Murray State, of course. So, the tournament is exciting like this. Now, typically the number 1 and 2 seeds get to the round of 16. And right now Duke's in a little bit of difficulty against the almost 8-foot Taco Falls with UCF, but they're hanging in there. So that's the game on one of my 3 big screens on my 50-foot wall.
Are you surprised that this game is going down the wire with UCF and, of course, Duke? Because obviously a lot of people have picked Duke to win this thing, and Zion Wilson, the guy is unbelievable. Are you surprised with how close the game is?
Well, the big guy makes a big difference. He's in foul trouble, so it may be that Duke outlasts them. But Williamson can play inside, outside. He hits the 3. I mean, right now it's 72-70 UCF, so it's going to be quite a finish.
Well, you know what? We're broadcasting, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube Live, and, of course, broadcasting on 8:20 a.m. But we also broadcast or replay the show on every Wednesday, 7 p.m. on Comcast Access in the northern suburbs. So when you see this show, we'll know the Sweet 16 for sure by Wednesday at 7 p.m. But this is really surprising because if they can hang on to knock off Duke, this is going to blow up a lot of brackets. Kelly, what do you got there?
74-70 UCF with 2 minutes left, bro.
If they hang on, there goes my national championship pick right there.
There goes our national championship pick. And Marvelous, I just want to ask you, man. I mean, while UCF is up 74-70, I mean, which between these two teams do you see winding up with the happy ending?
Well, I think the Duke will pull it out. But the next round, they would play Liberty or Virginia Tech.
Liberty.
Whoever wins this game.
Oh, right on.
So here's the interesting thing, because Johnny Dawkins, a former player for Mike Krzyzewski and Duke, is the head coach for UCF, right?
Right. He knows the tendencies of his old mentor, Coach K.
So, yeah. Would you say that Coach K just might play himself in this?
You never know. I mean, sometimes that happens. They outthink each other. We talked about that in the NFL, with Nagy, trying to outthink the Philly coach. So that can happen.
You got to give that props to R.P. Dawkins. Johnny Dawkins' kid.
Yes,
he
was on fire. He had early in the first half. I think halfway he had like 15 points. He was knocking down threes left and right. So they came prepared and they knew exactly how to approach this. And of course, you use the big guy Taco Fall, 7'6". Use all 7'6" of him and then some.
You can't teach that.
Not at all.
If he has any coordination and any idea what the hell to do on the basketball court, 7'6" is a big thing to overcome.
Danny Carlino, you can teach 7 feet 6 inches. You can't teach it well. They will fail. But you can teach it.
There are people who are big guys but don't play big.
Right.
So that's you can kind of cultivate that. But I mean, he has to be 7'6" in order to play 7'6". You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And sometimes what doesn't look like a perfect matchup turns out to be a perfect matchup.
Right.
And this may be it for UCF.
And of course, we always talk about it's usually 3 factors in the NCAA tournament: the guard play, the interior play as far as the post position is concerned, and of course coaching. And right now, Coach K. And he can expect it. He could expect it that everyone's going to be gunning for him, but it looks like he's got more than he can handle right now.
I'll tell you what, if UCF ends up pulling off this win, I had them falling to VCU in the first round, so they definitely proved me wrong.
Yeah, they proved a lot of people wrong.
If they pull this off, they're the favorites.
They're the Cinderella darlings.
No, these are
with the exception of Liberty.
We can't think of them as Cinderellas because you know why? They're ran by a disciple of Coach K. Johnny Dawkins knows how to do these things.
But as far as the institution is concerned, this is one of the first times they've been there, I think, since 2011.
Institution when you get to the Sweet 16. We all know that. We all know that.
I mean, when I harken back to last year, how things sort of kind of fell in favor for Loyola in their path to the Final Four.
Exactly.
They avoided some certain matchups, and certain matchups they were perfect for them.
Okay, this ain't Loyola. This is a team with one of the biggest players in the NCAA and one of the best point guards in the NCAA right now.
But did you have them going to the Sweet 16,
Nobody
Kelly?
had them.
You're blowing the trumpet for them. You're carrying the flag for them. But did you have it? Did you have them in the Sweet 16?
Absolutely not.
Here's my main question, though. If they do survive, does that make them the national football champions, too? I mean, why not?
Wow. What you, Danny Carlino? Marty B., your thoughts?
You gentlemen have
and
said
the crowd was stunned. A marvelous one. If it goes down that Duke falls short, well, I had Duke and North Carolina in the championship title game. I got North Carolina winning it all. Is it a clear path for North Carolina now or no?
Well, they have to play Auburn next, and other than Charles Barkley's rantings, I think that North Carolina has an excellent chance to win that game, and then they probably play Kentucky. So they don't have an easy road. So out of their bracket in Kansas City.
Auburn.
They just got lucky that Kansas didn't advance, and it would have been like a home court advantage.
But here's the deal as far as Auburn is concerned. You got to give it up for them, and kudos to them. And I know there are some University of Illinois alumni that they still hate Bruce Pearl for what happened.
And Tennessee. Tennessee hates him too.
Yeah, they hate him too. Many moons ago, they still hate the guy and say he doesn't deserve this, that, and the other. But I said, hey, you know what? Maybe the guy turned the corner. Maybe he changed his lifestyle, whatever the case may be. But he has these kids fighting and playing some effective basketball at the right time. The unfortunate thing for him is that he revealed himself in the game they just won. I can't remember who they just beat. What?
Auburn just beat Kansas.
Yeah, they beat Kansas.
Yes.
Bill Self was beside himself. He could not figure out the first 10 minutes of that ball game. Auburn was running all over the place. Let me tell you something marvelous. They were running so fast and moving so quickly. I was exhausted, and I was sitting down on the couch. Are you kidding me? So I think that when they match up against North Carolina on Friday of this upcoming week, I think North Carolina, I think Roy Williams, I think they know how to settle this Auburn team down and play to the pace that they want to play. And that's why I think North Carolina has an opportunity to get past them.
That's a great call. But, Jerry, these are the SEC tournament champions. You had to go through a lot of powerful SEC teams to win that championship. This team knows how to win. And with a great coach like Bruce Pearl, North Carolina might be in trouble.
Is he a great coach?
If you take teams like Tennessee, like Illinois, like Auburn, to the NCAA.
Well, he didn't. No, he screwed up Illinois.
Oh, did he screw up?
Yeah,
Illinois?
he screwed up Illinois.
He was a coach at Wisconsin, Milwaukee, correct? You didn't
No, he was at Iowa. He was at Iowa.
That's right.
And that was Deion Thomas. The whole, the whole fiasco way recorded, and Jimmy Collins, who should have been the heir apparent to take over for Lou Henson, screwed him up. Boom. Jimmy Collins gets the gig at UIC. Bruce Pearl goes on to, be Bruce Pearl.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marty B.
I just want to simply say, don't ever underestimate Bruce Pearl. He is extremely shrewd.
Shrewd. I like that word.
It's a word that has a lot of positive and negative.
That's like a Sherlock Holmes word.
Real quick, in a nutshell, why do you say that?
Just the way I followed him over the years. He's a very introspective kind of guy, really knows the game, top flight recruiter. He's got all the tools. Unfortunately, he's got some bad baggage.
You know what? I think that people deserve a second opportunity. That's why I think he's coaching Auburn right now. And I think he's turned his life around because I think Auburn told him, hey, listen, you're, like you just said, you're a fantastic coach. You know the X's and O's. You are very good with these kids, but you have to set a positive example. You can't be out cheating, illegally recruiting, hanging out on yachts with nice, young, attractive women. You can't be doing all that stuff, Bruce.
Hiring Chuck Person.
You can't do that. Take it easy.
I believe he hired Chuck Person.
Can you hang out on a dinghy with some ugly women?
And he's effectively made an 180-degree turn.
Yeah, Chuck Person's going to be an ugly woman in prison.
I think that the university said the only way we give you this gig if you turn the corner, change your ways, because you can't go in the living room and sit and talk to parents when you're trying to recruit a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid to come play for you, but you're acting this way, in public. We can't allow that to happen. I think Bruce Pearl has turned the page, turned the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to move forward. We want you to lock it in. 773-763-9278, 773-763-WCPT. More NCAA March Madness basketball conversation coming up. If you want to be a part of it, we got to take a short time out. Gabe Salgado has the update, and of course the marvelous one. Keep it locked in. Kelly Lee Williams, Danny Carlino, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, the man on the street is in the studio, Marty B. This is the Rewind Sports 60, ladies and gentlemen. Lock it in.
The Rewind Sports 60.
This
TRS60 Sports Update of the Midwest comes a sports show.
This TRS60 scoreboard update is brought to you by the Monster Education Foundation. The last of the second round of the NCAA tournament games are wrapping up, and I'll have more on that in my next update at 6:57. With spring training coming to a close today, it was a good day for both of Chicago's teams in Cactus League play. The Cubs had a field day with the San Diego Padres pitching staff, with the final score being 24-6, and the White Sox handled with the Cleveland Indians 7-3 on the heels of Eloy Jimenez signing a 6-year, $43 million contract extension this week, solidifying his roster spot. The Blackhawks are on national TV tonight as they host the Colorado Avalanche at the United Center, whom they trail by 6 points for the final playoff spot. A win tonight would put a dent in those standings. The Bulls lost to Utah 114-83 last night. They're off until Tuesday when they play in Toronto. The Bears re-signed third-string quarterback Tyler Bray to a one-year deal this week. They're also bringing back punter Pat O'Donnell, and offensive lineman Ted Larson, who played for the Bears in 2016, is also returning after playing for the Miami Dolphins during the past 2 seasons. Bears general manager Ryan Pace was named NFL's Executive of the Year this week, and as we talked about at the top of the show, New England Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski announced his retirement. This update is sponsored by Monster Education Foundation, MEF, empowering the next generation of leaders. Go to monstereducationfoundation.org to learn more. I am Gabe Salgado for the Rewind Sports 60 and WCPT AM 820, Chicago.
You're watching the Rewind Sports 60. Go Illini!
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in. It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Hey, Chicago, looking for a winning team on a winning station? You found it right here on WCPT 820 AM. Join Danny Carlino, Kelly Lee Williams, Dan Marvelous Marver, Marty B, the man on the street, Gabe Salgado with updates, and yours truly, Jerry Riles, for your sports and entertainment needs. Looking for real sports talk? Got it. Real radio? Right here. Real stuff? We're here. The Rewind Sports 60 every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. on WCPT 820 AM. Real sports, real talk, just plain real. Lock it in.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume is not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay. Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
If it's Chicago sports you want, you're in the right place.
Hello, Chicago!
The Rewind Sports 60.
That's the best in the city of Chicago.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60 live with the best sports panel in Chicago. Lock it in.
That's what many of you all are out there saying right now regarding that Duke game. It goes down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. I know if the Duke Blue Devils have been upset in this tournament and not advanced to the Sweet 16, people, well, they wouldn't be jumping out the windows, but boy, they'd be drowning in their sorrows for sure. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, along with Kelly Lee Williams, Dan Carlino, the Italian Stallion, on our hotline, Dan Marvelous Marver, in studio, the man on the street, Marty B. He is a genuine guy, and I love him for being who he is. And, of course, with our updates at the bottom and top of the fastest hour in sports conversation, that, of course, Gabe Salgado.
And right now, Duke, so 77-76 is the final score. Duke wins despite being outscored 40-33 in the second half. Zion Williamson, 32 points, 11 rebounds.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So that's the scare, and that's the thing. That's the beauty. That's why we call it March Madness, because you just never know when an opponent is going to step up and put some fear, put a scare into the dogs, the top dogs.
UCF had 2 chances. They had 2 tip-ins at the basket.
Oh my!
There was just that much, Jerry. It was 3 inches to the left or right. This game is UCF's. That's how awesome this game is. And now Duke. I think that's the biggest scare they're going to get all the entire.
Well, that's that's why they call it the madness, and and that's you talk about a play like that. In 2 weeks, when and if Duke is playing in a Final Four matchup or resting up for the championship game, you maybe don't even think about that, or you'll look at that as the catalyst. You think about, we'll see what happens with Virginia, but last year they made history in the bad way by being the first 1 seed to lose to 16, and this year they were down. They were lucky to be only down by 6 at halftime, and they overcame it. So that they could be looking at a very similar situation. Like we almost spit the bit again, but we overcame it this time.
Other teams are watching this too. They're watching how amazing Zion Williamson, this freshman is carrying
this
like
team. A freshman.
Well, here's the deal. He certainly does not look like a freshman by any means. That's for sure. And I honestly, and we've been watching sports and basketball for many, many moons. I've never, even Charles Barkley doing the broadcast, the telecast, said he's never seen anybody like this kid before. His hops are incredible. His quickness, his court awareness, his instincts, unbelievable. But let me ask you guys, Dan Marvelous Marver's on our TRS60 hotline. Marvelous, does this put a scare, or does this wake up Duke now to say, hey, we have to play at our best every single night moving forward now that we've advanced to the Sweet 16, because teams are coming to take us down. Teams are coming to play us. Does this send a wake-up call to Coach K and that squad?
Of course. It also sends a wake-up call to North Carolina, Gonzaga, and Virginia, the other number 1 seeds. And by the way, the coach's son Dawkins scored 32 as well. Falls wasn't even the high scorer for UCF, and they did miss tip-ins at the end, and Duke escaped. So, like you guys are saying, this might be their toughest test. But a lot of times that makes a team better down the road because they know they're not invincible.
And that's the thing, Marvelous One, and Kelly and Danny and Marty and Gabe, is the fact that these elite teams who are supposed to be there, you know, whether it's the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final Four, and of course the title game, they understand. And the reason I asked, is it a wake-up call? Because I truly believe it is a wake-up call. They said that we should be able to handle these kids. We should be able to handle them because why? We have the experience. Why? We have we're more athletic, and we're more prime for this type of pressure. And now is the time for these teams to step up. But again, that's why we love it. And every single year, it's March Madness, and you just don't know what's going to happen in the end.
And you can say conversely to that specific fact, with Zion Williamson being a freshman without the experience, without any of that history, but stepping up and leading a team with that history, with that experience. That freshman is a special kid. There ain't a lot of freshmen that can do that. So Zion Williamson is one of the best players in the NCAA. Wally Zerbiak said that he's the best player he's ever seen, ever. Yeah. I mean, ever on an NCAA
Which is
court.
Unbelievable.
Yes, because there's been so many great players, and this guy just tops them all. The guy hits the three. How big is this guy? And he hits a three. This guy shouldn't be shooting threes.
Well, the game has changed a lot. Where the size or shape of you that you would think would put you in a certain position. And at college, threes are it. You got to do the other stuff too, but almost everyone is an option from three. And but you know, when you can do everything at a top level like he can do, that only makes you that much.
Well,
better.
the unfortunate thing is, I believe the Bulls won't be in the sweepstakes to get this guy because for whatever reason, Carlino, they want to win. I don't understand what the Bulls want to. Why they want to win?
Win what?
A game or two or three. For what reason? I don't know. They're gonna. This is the type of luck, and I love John Pax and Garfor. I love those guys.
You don't have to,
but I do. I have a fondness of those guys. But
fondness I'll give you.
I just simply don't understand. They lucked up when they got Derrick Rose, right? They lucked up
big time.
They didn't even expect it. They lucked up. The ping pong ball bounced in. They're like, whoa, wow. They are, in my opinion, they are strategically playing themselves out of the sweepstakes of having the opportunity to land this guy.
It's not them. It's not the managers. It's not the coaches that can do anything about it. The players have pride. The players don't want
pride. They won't be here.
They know that.
They won't be here.
Yes, but
let me
they
tell
know
you
that.
something. If it's my organization and I'm one of the bottom 5 teams, and have an opportunity, tank or no tank, I'm tanking. I want this kid. You don't like it? Tell your agent to call me. We'll send you on your way.
No, tell him, says, you know what? Why don't you play? If you want to win, go play in Windy City.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
the Hop in the States.
Yeah, go on over there.
We'll pay for the toll,
the G
too.
League, the D League. Kelly, this guy is a franchise changer.
Understandable, yes.
Everyone said they've never seen a kid like this play before. I am doing everything in my power to get the worst record I possibly can to up my percentages to try to land this guy. But he's unbelievable.
But the players still have pride. Okay, they're still
forget
their
pride.
Players.
I don't care. Pride.
They're going to try to win.
Let me tell you something.
And they're going to play teams worse than they are.
Let me tell you something.
Let me
you know what?
Yes,
let me tell you something. Pride? You want pride? Land this kid. Now you can start having some pride.
These kids don't care about this number 1 pick.
They better.
They don't. They know half of them's not going to be there. They're playing for their own
They're playing
reputation.
for their job wherever it may be next year.
Wherever they may be next year, they're playing for their reputations. And they know they're going to be on the worst teams in the NBA.
If I'm boiling, I'm going to listen. You sit on. Go sit on over there. You sit down there. Hey, Benny, move. Benny, get off the. Would you move, Benny? Let him sit down over there.
Benny will try to win too. Benny's one of the best mascots in the NBA.
Hey, man,
Benny will try to win too.
I'm telling you,
Kelly,
this guy is going. He's jumping out of a gym. He's jumping out of the gym, Carlino.
He's not jumping in the United Center gym. Unless he's playing for another team. I mean, that's the only time.
Unbelievable.
We'll be doing that through Thick and Thin commercial for the next 6 or 7 years. Through Thick and Thin, Jerry. Thick and Thin. Hey, Thick and Thin, Danny.
I don't know, and I didn't mean to change gears, but we cannot get.
We've gone from madness to silliness.
Yes, of course, Danny. But this is, when you talk about the Bulls, it's what they do to you.
It's pretty silly.
It's what they do to you.
It's pretty silly.
They drive you nuts. They drive you cuckoo. They just drive you crazy. They really do. But what if we can land the kid, Murray State, Ja Morant?
Ja Morant would be awesome. I would love to see Ja.
There are options. You know,
yes.
You can't go.
I mean, that's the thing. We do R.J. Barrett, who's a teammate of Zion. I mean, those three guys right there. But again, I keep telling you, it's the Chicago Bulls. They will find a way. They will. Marvelous. Tell me, help me, talk me off the ledge. They will find a way to lose all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think Williamson might actually end up with the Lakers.
Wow. Would you just say something that we didn't really want that to hear? Come on, man. Do that.
Well, how do you
Zion Williamson.
Marvelous. Before we take a timeout, how do you assess that?
Well, I mean, they've been eliminated from the playoffs. They won't have a very good lottery chance, but I think they changed the percentages with the lottery so that the worst teams do have a better chance, but I think they will have a chance to be in the top.
So wait a minute. You're not talking about the frozen envelope with Patrick Ewing back in the day, are you?
No subterfuge?
Right. You never, I mean, did anybody think Harden was going to be as good as he is? I mean, it's just crazy. But again, I think that it'll probably go to the Knicks or Cleveland. I mean,
I'm glad to know that the Marvelous One agrees with me that the Bulls will not get Zion Williamson in the draft.
Yeah.
Please don't let him go to the Knicks, though. Good Lord.
God, that'll ruin him, ruin his family.
If there's a team that's more dysfunctional than the Bulls, it's the Knicks, because at least the Knicks have been doing it for much longer.
It'll ruin his children. It'll ruin his grandchildren.
Take it easy. Hey, Marvelous, you want to stick around? We got Marty B, the man on the street, coming up. You want to stick around and talk some what's going on in the hood in the Chicagoland area?
Going on in the hood.
Don't forget, the Major League Baseball season starts Thursday.
Go Cubs!
It already started last week in Japan.
Yes,
Ichiro retiring in his home country.
Congratulations to 45 years of age.
You see that throw he did on opening day?
Unbelievable. The guy's
fly to third base.
Phenomenal.
Amazing.
You know who used to do that? Harold Baines used to do that for the White Sox in right field. He'd catch the ball at the wall. Runner tried to tag up at second base. Throw him out on the fly. Unbelievable.
That's why he's in the Hall of Fame.
That's why he's the man, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this is the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, Kelly Lee Williams, Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, the Marvelous One on our TRS60 hotline, and, of course, Gabe Salgado with our updates at the bottom and top of the fastest hour in sports conversation. When we come back, the man with the conversation on the street, he's in studio. WCPT 820. He's Marty B. Keep it locked in. You've got the Rewind Sports 60.
It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in. It's the end of the quarter. Time for a break in the action. The hottest sports panel in Chicago will get back to the fast-paced action, streaming live on Facebook Live. We're back at it after this quick timeout. So don't you dare touch that iPhone, Android, iPad, Mac, or PC. Lock it in.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume is not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
How do you unplug, Illinois?
Adventure.
Fun.
Fitness.
Teamwork.
What's your outlet? Support your local park and recreation agency.
Hey, Chicago, looking for a winning team on a winning station? You found it right here on WCPT 820 AM. Join Danny Carlino, Kelly Lee Williams, Dan Marvelous Marver, Marty B, the man on the street, Gabe Salgado with updates, and yours truly, Jerry Riles, for your sports and entertainment needs. Looking for real sports talk? Got it. Real radio? Right here. Real stuff? We're here. The Rewind Sports 60 every Sunday from 6 to 7 p.m. on WCPT 820 AM. Real sports, real talk, just plain real. Lock it in.
Hi, I'm Liz Nicholson Sullivan. As the wife of a 9-year NFL veteran suffering the long-term effects of untreated and undiagnosed head injuries, I know how dangerous concussions can be. The Concussion Legacy Foundation is a nonprofit dedicated to keeping kids safe in sports. Their Team Up Speak Up program teaches kids to speak up to a coach or athletic trainer if they think their teammate might have a concussion. Whether you're a parent, coach, or athlete, you can make a difference. Join me and sign up at teamupspeakup.org.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports 60 live with the best sports panel in Chicago. Lock it in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rewind Sports 60. Yours truly, Jerry Riles, Kelly Lee Williams, Danny Carlino, the Italian Stallion, the marvelous one on our TRS60 hotline, Gabe Salgado coming up with an update at the top of the hour, and, of course, the man on the street, Marty B, is in studio. What's up, Marty? How are you?
I'm terrific, Jerry. Great to be here with all my colleagues at this marvelous station. Before we get into political discussion, I just want to mention, gentlemen, that I am a disciple of John Paxson and Gar Foreman. And
you're a disciple.
I'm a disciplist or a disciple. I'm a disciple of these gentlemen.
Marty, you need to get in your mic there.
Okay.
I'm going to help you out, man. I'm just going to help you out. No, we got people that want to hear what you have to say, but if you're way back here, Marty, they can't really hear you. What'd he say?
John Paxson really wants to hear. He's like, hey, we got one.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you. I just want to say that coming up here, I believe that the best Bulls draft and lottery pick in years is forthcoming. John Paxson and Gar Foreman.
That's okay. They're the same guy.
Gar Paxson, you're right.
They definitely have some tricks up their sleeve, so stand by.
Well, you know what, Marty? I'm glad you said that, but all of Chicago, especially the Bulls fans, they've been waiting something like 14, 15 years to see this trick pull out of their sleeve. So I don't know if they've been waiting for it, but I think Chicagoans are waiting to see this trick. So hopefully it's a good trick.
Yeah, I think we're all going to be surprised and very pleased.
20 years. We've been 20 years.
What gives you that impression?
I just have followed their psychology and their format very, very closely over the years, and they're just waiting to spring something big on Chicago.
What have they been waiting for, Marty?
Well, everything has to fall in place for all this to happen, and I think that the psychology. I'm like a politician.
Do you understand how long Chicago's been waiting?
Marty, you're not answering the question.
You are pretty. You're not answering the question, Marty. Answer the question.
You're the man on the street, but the people in the streets and in their cars, they want to know what the hell the Bulls and John Paxson and Gar Foreman have been waiting for. What have they been waiting for? Christmas? What are they waiting for, Marty?
Well, things just haven't fallen into place over the years.
It hasn't.
They've either been a number shy or
Marty,
whatever.
let me tell you something.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. Anywhere in this, and I told you I love John Paxson, Gar Foreman, I love Jerry Reinsdorf. But if you're on any job in this great country of ours and you have failed in 15 years, guess what, Marty? You don't have the job. You can't tell your boss, hey, give me a few more years, it's coming.
Yeah. Unless you're Elgin Baylor.
Well, he was around for a while, yeah.
It's coming.
The king of the Clippers,
Marty,
yeah.
Hey, it's coming. Give me. Hey, listen, the numbers were down. Don't worry about it. It's coming.
Unless you're Marvin Lewis.
Hey, listen, it's been 15 years. This is the year. This is the year. Boss, I'm telling you, it's going to happen this year.
I guess all I can say is I have no basis, just my instincts.
Love your instincts, buddy. Love
what else you got, the man?
Believe in the tooth fairy, too.
I'm sorry. Oh, man.
What else you got, Marty?
Yeah, one I mentioned.
You're the best.
King of optimism, that's for sure. Well, God bless him.
I don't profess to be a sports professional like you gentlemen are. I just have my opinions. One thing I am disappointed about, and then I'll leave the sports issue alone. I'm very disappointed that the White Sox put all that money into a ball player that hasn't even played a
Why? What is wrong with you, Marty? Marty, wait a minute.
Is it Bash Marty Day?
No, hang on here. Are you okay? I love you. I love you. You know that. But you're saying that the Sox invest in 6 years of $43 million and probably the next. You know he's a top 3 prospect in Major League Baseball right now, right?
He's the future of the franchise.
He's the future of the franchise. And you said that for them to give him a 6-year deal, $43 million is way too much? For not even playing?
I just want to see a ball player perform on the major league level. That's all.
He batted .337 last year. This kid is. Marty, we're going to some Sox games this year. We're going to some Sox games.
I'm going to sit right next to you.
We all need to go to the Sox games.
And then you're going to say, you know what? That was a smart investment.
I hope I will say that.
It's a calculated risk. It's a risk.
I love the White Sox. I love them.
It's a calculated risk. I mean, because you're right. He hasn't seen a major league pitch yet, but you know, it's in what we've seen, the guys that are signing extensions, and obviously Harper and Machado, what they signed for. It's
Wait.
It's a calculated risk.
And Trout.
Well,
are you kidding me?
We all knew Trout was going to be the big fish.
$430 million bucks?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And he's worth every penny because the Angels will make it all back.
He's worth $430 million bucks?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Are you kidding me?
But I'm not surprised because he's the guy, and the Angels are the team. Artie Moreno spends.
He could not let him. He could not let Mike Trout go.
Only thing I understand that.
There's no way to let him go.
I get it. The only thing that. And I pray, and I do the sign of the cross, but I hope the guy, when he's tracking down a fly ball in the outfield, doesn't pull a hammy or rip an ACL or anything like that.
Don't put that in the air with him. I mean, he'll be all right. But
Marty B, the man on the street, go for it.
Okay, Jerry and colleagues. Just want to leave a couple. Well, actually, we need to talk a little bit of politics. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to be riveted to that debate on WGN at 7 o'clock with Ms. Preckwinkle and, of course, Ms. Lightfoot. I think that's going to be really something to watch.
Do you know who the moderator is?
No, I don't.
I believe it's Alex Krzyzewski, isn't it?
No.
He
said WGN. Channel 9.
Yeah. Right.
Unless you know something we don't know.
Oh, no, there was no trade done between ABC and WGN.
He probably won't be, but I'd love to see Larry Potash moderate that debate.
Really?
I think he'd be excellent.
What about Micah Matera?
Another excellent
I'd rather
choice.
see Pat Masulo do it, especially on his show on Saturday night.
I would love to see Cardi B do it because I would love to hear it. And that would during the debate that would be hilarious.
Would you like her to do half the debate as before she was famous Cardi B in her previous life?
Oh, I'd like it like that.
What else you got, Marty B?
From Cardi B to Marty B. Go ahead. Quite the transition.
Just want to say a couple of things here before we depart. Before I turn it back over to you, Jerry. God's gift to us here in the Midwest is spring. It's full of life, vitality, and fresh new love. But keep in mind, when spring is in the air, the good Lord is most definitely everywhere. Have a great week.
God bless you, Marty B, the man on the street. Thank you, sir.
We're the only team that has this. You know what I'm saying?
The only team.
We are the only team because we do need this affirmation. We do have sports. We talk sports. We have fun and all that. But that affirmation is needed to be heard by us and by others listening to us because it's just needed, especially now amongst all days. We have to stick together and make sure we're all looking out for each other and watching sports. Go Cubs, go.
Yeah, and I love that. It was beautiful, but when it's supposed to snow next Saturday, I'm gonna have some speech with God.
Is this supposed to snow next Saturday?
That's why I look at my phone and I want to throw my phone against the wall.
It better not, man.
No way.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you, Danny. If it snows next week, or incidentally, well, I won't really care.
Shout out to our lady of the makeup,
Melissa Moya. Come on over here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new addition to the team. Yes, indeed, Melissa Moya has joined the Rewind Sports 60 as our new makeup artist. Real quick, say hello to the fan base out there.
Hello, Jerry. I'm very happy to be here. I'm so blessed to be a part of this team and to come and help me with my journey, amazing makeup journey.
Well, thank you so much, and you made it a little bit more pleasant for me to look at these guys across the other way. Thank you so much for your talent and your gifts.
You're able to make us look presentable. There's no limit to what you can do.
There you go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is the fastest hour in sports conversation. I want to say thanks to the marvelous one, Dan Marver, on our TRS60 hotline. Kelly Lee Williams, Dan Carlino, the Italian stallion, the man on the street, Marty B, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, yours truly. Hey, enjoy the rest of the day, rest of the week,
rest of the madness.
And of course, we'll see you right back here every Sunday, 6 to 7 p.m. Start spreading the news like a good late friend. Frank Sinatra, start spreading the news, ladies and gentlemen. The Rewind Sports 60 every Sunday.
Same bad time.
Yeah.
Same bad channel.
We got the TR60 scoreboard update coming up with Gabe Salgado. Take care, everybody.
TRS60 scoreboard update is sponsored by Monster Education.
TRS60 Sports Update.
This update is sponsored by Monster Education Foundation. The second round of the NCAA tournament is concluding this evening, and the teams that have already approved their spots for next week's Sweet 16 regionals are North Carolina from the Midwest region, Tennessee from the South region, and Duke, who won a nail-biter over Central Florida earlier this hour, from the East region. In progress right now in the West region, Texas Tech leads Buffalo 56-33 in the second half, and in the East region, Liberty has a 32-26 lead with a minute to go before halftime over Virginia Tech.
Liberty.
Exactly. Later this evening, Virginia Tech takes on Oklahoma in the South region. It's Houston against Ohio State in the Midwest region, and we have red-hot UC Irvine against Oregon, also in the South region. This update is sponsored by Monster Education Foundation, MEF, empowering the next generation of leaders. Go to monstereducationfoundation.org to learn more. I'm Gabe Salgado for the Rewind Sports 60 and WCPT AM 820, Chicago.
Take me out to the ball game. Hall of Famer Andre Dawson.
All right. Let's hear it from the greatest fans ever. On three. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back Forest Root. Root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, let's get some runs. Thank you.